So Flybig Airline has apparently reduced their training cost from 3 lakh rupees to welcome back to my YouTube channel. For anyone who's watching me for the first time, hi, my name is Twinkle and I was flying with airlines like Qatar Airways and Kingfisher for over 10 years, and now I'm here to help you achieve your dream of becoming a cabin crew. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how Flybig interview is now conducting walk-in interviews. It has been a while and I know I'm a little bit delayed on this, but I had to do my research and get you the best information out here. So in my last video, if you haven't watched, I will link it somewhere here or here. I had told you about how their telephonic interview rounds are going, how they are conducting their rounds initially on phone and then on the Google Meet, and then they are discussing about the training fees. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what is the process of their walk-in interviews now. How has it changed from the telephonic interview rounds? I'm going to give you what all happens in the walk-in interview round, from questions to what kind of rounds, everything you can expect in this video. Apart from that, I'm also going to tell you how Flybig is different from the FWSTC, what is the difference, and I'm also going to discuss about the new revised fees of training, give you a lot of clarity about what is what and what is not. Yes, so if you want to know the whole story, get more clarity on what is the training institute, if you'll be recruited once you pay the money or not, and all of that questions, then stay tuned and keep on watching. So first things first, if any of you had emailed Flybig Airlines or sent your resume to either hr@flybig.com or info@, I would leave it here. If any of these IDs, I'm sure you were asked to email them their resumes at the info, this one right here, this email ID, because this one is connected with FWSTC, which is Fly Wings Simulator Training Center, located in New Delhi, Gurgaon, in sector 35. So coming back to people who had emailed them the photographs and resume, they were called in and they were actually called in for walk-in interviews. It was open, anybody could go there, only freshers and not experienced. So first thing first, if you are interested in this, I will tell you what are you supposed to do. You will be called around 10 a.m. So in that case, you should be going around 9:30 to this place. Of course, if you're from Delhi, and if you're not from Delhi, from some other place in India, then you have to travel and the cost and accommodation, everything is yours. So you have to take a call on that. Second thing is that you have to download Arogya Setu app, that app in your mobile, because without this you will not be getting an entry inside the premises, which is mandatory to have at this point, and of course have your masks on, and this is mandatory. Another most important thing that you're supposed to have and carry are your documents. In case you're wondering what all documents do you need, I will link my video. You can check this video out here. I've told what all documents do you need to anyway carry to any interview related to aviation. So you must carry all these documents with you, apart from the photographs and resume. Initially you'll be called in when the gates get opened and you will be given a form to fill. So that form will have basic information like father's name, mother's name, family details, education details, passport details, name, things like that. Very, very, very basic. Once you're done with that, you will be divided into batches. For example, you'll be divided into a batch of 25 to 30 candidates, and then you will be put under 1 to 6 or 7 categories depending upon how much the crowd is. And then further, the group of that 25 girls or 30 girls would be divided into A, B, C groups, like 5 to 6 girls in each group. You will be divided in that, you'll be numbered. So you have to be very careful, because using that group number only you guys will be segregated and called for the further interview. Coming up to the first round is going to be your HR round. It's going to be a panel round where you have a panel round means where you'll have 3 to 4 people asking you questions, very basic questions, because it's a freshers, it's basically for freshers, so questions were easy. So what questions can you expect? I'm going to flash them on the screen now. So they can ask you about self-introduction, which is tell me about yourself, why do you want to become a cabin crew, have you ever flown before, what did you do yesterday, how much time did you take to prepare and to reach here, what all did you do, like very basic questions, and definitely about the Flybig airline. So one thing that you need to prepare is to know at least where the airline is situated, that it is indoor based airline, regional airline, they have 2 aircrafts, who is the CEO, Sanjay Mandhavia, things like that, and a little bit of more research so that you can show that you're really interested in knowing what the airline is all about. Once you're done with these things, with answering all these questions, you will also go ahead with a scar and tattoo check. So you will be asked to show your hands, etc. for a scar and tattoo check. They will ask you to declare if you have any, and at that moment they'll ask you to go outside and wait. And this will be your first screening stage. There will be people who will be selected or rejected at this point. So for example, 3 to 4 girls will be either selected or rejected, and you will be told about this. So once you are selected, you will be asked to basically go upstairs and give your weight and height check. So people who are confused about weight and height check, weight is checked according to BMI. The BMI should be between 18 to 22. That's also mentioned in their selection criteria, and the height needs to be 155 centimeter minimum. If you don't fall in this category, you definitely are not eligible to apply. So don't ask such questions and don't even expect, because these are the minimum requirements without which you cannot apply for it. So stop wasting your time here. Once you're done, there were some people who were sent to, like some groups who were sent for PI personal interview, and there were some who were asked to wait. And if you're lucky, you're in time, like before 4 or 4:30, that will be the time. If by that time you are done and dusted with your PI, you will be told about selection and the training costs and stuff, everything like that. If not, you will be asked to go back. They'll tell you that you're selected, and you will get an email inviting you for the PI personal interview. So half of the students, like I just feel that they're kind of confused. Initially they were doing the telephonic interviews and they had told about the fees and the very first call before even taking the personal interview or any of the video call interview rounds. They discussed it over call already. Now they did this walk-in interview, and for some they had decided, they had told them about the training fee in the PI itself, and for some who they couldn't attend, they had emailed them that you are selected already without even taking PI, to invite them for their training center. So once you are sent back, you will be receiving an email like this, and I guess most of you who are done with height and weight check in the first round, which is super easy, did receive this email, which I'm going to be flashing now on the screen. So on this email, you can actually see that they're inviting you they're actually congratulating you that you've been selected. For your information, this selection email is for FWSTC and not Flybig Airlines. How are they different from each other? I will just cover that in a bit. So the first thing that you see here is the new fees, which is 1,50,000 plus taxes of 18%. This is the revised fees, which is different from definitely half the price, that was 3 lakh that I discussed in my last Flybig Airlines video. Apart from that, they are telling you what all are they going to cover in this training. They're going to cover your grooming, your voice and accent training, your service excellence training. They'll be providing you with accommodation and transport, like office transfers as well. They will be taking care of all this. Now coming on to the difference between FWSTC and Flybig. So this email is basically an invite for training with Fly Wings Simulator Training Center and not with Flybig Airline. Flybig Airlines training is something that you will be doing once you're selected with the airline. So FWSTC is basically a training and hiring partner for this airline, and Flybig Airline is just another airline like any other airline, of course, which is based in Indore regional airline and have 2 ATRs at the moment. Yeah, so this is about the difference. FSWTC is just like for example Spice Star Academy or Frankfin. Yeah, And because in Spystar at least they guarantee you that they will be giving you a job, and of course they charge you a lot of money, but here they don't do even that. They're just going to do your service related trainings and personality related trainings, and then for everything related to safety, first aid, your emergency, all of that trainings will be done once you're selected with the airline. That training is a mandatory training which anyway any airline gives you. So for that, if in case you enroll for this training and you are according to their standards acceptable and selected, then only you will be going ahead with Flybig Airlines. So enrolling for this training does not mean that you are going to become a cabin crew with Flybig for sure, right? This is first point, be very clear of that. Only if they find you up to the mark will they be sending you for that interview, and once selected you will be paying another amount of 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees approximately, of course plus taxes, for the training which is mandatory that every airline does give before a crew can start flying legally. Yeah, so that is another training that you will be doing. So I guess they've just broken down the fees because probably 3 lakh was a lot of amount and nobody was giving it. So this is how they've planned to take it now. So the question is, what if you're not selected even after enrolling in FWSTC? So what they tell you is they'll be giving you a certificate that will help you. Definitely every other institute also gives you a certificate that will be helping you in getting into an airline. And if not that, also if you're not fit for cabin crew, they might just refer you to other airlines, because apparently they have tie-ups with other airlines, and or they might put you in the position of a ground staff depending upon how good are you and eligibilities and requirements, etc. So everything is tentative, nothing is fixed. This thing is something that I wanted you to be very clear with. Also, if you revert back to the email, to the invite in which they tell you about everything that will be covered in the training, and they ask you if you're okay with it or not. They will ask you if you're interested or if you're not interested, and if you're interested and you revert on them, only then will you be called for the personal interview, where basically you'll just be discussed. You will just be getting basic questions. You're actually selected, but they'll just be briefing you on about how things will work and how the training is going to be. And of course the payment will be by check, and of course before the training starts, in full, non-refundable, nothing of that sort in any case. This will be the email that I'm flashing on the screen now, that you will be getting once you revert them that yes, you're interested in joining their training. Guys, it's fine if you want to go ahead and give the personal interview and just have an experience of how it is, and then later on you can decide if you want to go ahead with it or not. If you ask me personally that is it worth or not, guys, it's for you to decide. Everybody is different, every person is different. Some people need that kind of training to develop their personality, their grooming, voice and accent. Some people are different, their understanding is different, their personality is different. It's not about the want. Some people are there who need that kind of training and some people do not. So it's very, very subjective. If you want, please go ahead. But one thing that you need to remember is there is no one which is giving you any job guarantee. So with that said, I'm going to be closing this video. My main motive of making this video was to give you clarity on all these questions, whether Flybig and FWSTC is the same, what is the new revision fees, is this fees when you're going for this training center giving you a job. So I hope I've clarified all that questions of yours, and now you have a very, very clear picture about everything that wasn't, if at all, cleared before watching this video. On that note, I will see you in my next video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then hit the subscribe button, like it, share it so that it reaches more people. And if you're not yet following me on my Instagram handle, I will leave the Instagram handle also right here. Go ahead, follow me there, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.